Hey guys, this is Tension bringing you another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today I'm just going to be going over some count overview, something that isn't talked very much, which is called partnership. What partnership is in this game is when you have a special ability that is only available when another champion is on the same team as you. So the two champions I'll use for example today are Talia and Phoenix, which I will be making guides for each of these individually in the near future. I am currently working on getting both of them to 60. It is, it's a grind to get champions to 60, so it's unfortunately not something you can do right away. But, yeah. So, what that means is, so if you look at the A2 for both these champions, so reading the top part, let me read Talia's first, actually. So basically, her A2 places 25% increased attack, 30% increased crit rate on this champion for 2 turns, and it's an AoE attack. Pretty good ability right off the bat. If Phoenix is on the same team, she then has a 75% chance of placing a bomb debuff that would detonate after 3 turns. Then you go over to him. Attacks all enemies, place block bluff, buffed for 2 turns, block cooldown. If that one doesn't go, pretty decent ability. AoE is always good. But then it says decrease bomb debuff by countdown by 1 turn when Talia is on the same team. So bombs are an interesting one. So this isn't the strongest passive. This just goes to show you that there are certain champions that get special abilities based on who is on their team. And I never see it talked about. This will be one of the first ones I try out. I think just compared, both these champions are really good in Arena anyway, so I'm kind of building them purely for Arena. Also up to that one's Magic, one's Spirit, so they're not the same type. But I'll be doing more research on how this goes, and yeah, I'm going to see how it goes. I'm building up their masteries as well. Obviously, it takes time. Trying to figure out the best way to build them for Arena, what the other two champions will be. But as time goes around, I think I'm going to start reviewing partnership abilities and see which ones rank them maybe like 1 to 10 once I do a little more research on them and everything. But that's to come later. So as you know, we have an event going on for summoning, so I figure I'd go ahead and open some crystals. Just it's 2,500. I think I'll do my alt first. So it's 2,500, fortunately. So I always think 2,500 is a pretty hard goal to get to, especially when it's only a 3-day summoner event. So unless you've been stacking up your shards, which most people don't, it's pretty hard to get to. I do like to see the energies. I think anytime there's energy in an event, and also just gems and sometimes books, I think that's great. You can get 475 energy for not too much effort, literally opening 250 green. So if you're just farming up some champions, using some brews and stuff like that, it's really not that hard. The day XP buff is always great. Realistically, this is easy to get to. This is where it starts to get into the territory that if you haven't been saving your shards, well, unfortunately. I figured go ahead and open some shards. Don't have many, but I just do 10 blues and I'll do my legendary, see what we get. And 10 blues right off the bat. Nothing really sticks out. Rule of thumb is I'm working on these, always check. So okay, I pulled a good bit. I have some sitting in my vault, so I even started. I didn't want to start the sky type. I pulled all the epics, and I did foil twice on both my accounts. I mean, I did foil one on each account. One was basically a free to play attempt, and the other one was my main, and that was pretty draining. And I just finished Relic Keeper on my main for the mission, so pretty draining. Not gonna lie. Again, I work towards that. All right, let's see here. Is the luck good today? I actually don't know much about this champion. Don't see it very often. Attack 1 turn. Yuck. Places shield buff on 20% of the champion's max HP. Is always good when it's max HP. 15% continued heals. The better one of the two. So right off the bat, that's the best chance right there. 20 for max HP. And it's this champion, so you build him HP. And 15% is a lot better than 7.5, which is great. What's this? Attack all enemies. Sleep debuff. Okay. And resistance. Interesting champion and arena, so that's not bad. So sleep is one of those debuffs that is probably underwhelming right now. Um, One of the very first things I did in this game when I was leveling up is I paired up Tyrell with Adriel, and I'll actually show you why. And this is, of course, uh, this is how I actually got to high level arena when I was super low, and people were like, "How do you get so high in arena?" So I built Tyrell with Adriel back when these characters were level 40, and I got up to high silver. And the way I did so was Tyrell has this ability, sleep buffs. If the target's under a decreased attack, he will apply a sleep debuff for 1 turn, and it attacks all enemies. So the way this works is usually his A1 applies this, and the next time it goes around, he hits his A2, and they sleep. So what I did with Adriel is one of her abilities. Let me find it. It's been a while. This is actually a really good champion. I'll go. I'm gonna review this champion on a quick guide later on, but I actually loved this champion when I was like first starting, and I actually probably will throw her back into my rotation just to show you how good she is. But that's just a good ability. Here it is. So attacks all enemies, 50% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack for 2 turns. It has a 100% chance that the attack is critical. So there you go. So you build accuracy, you get her crit up. And I've changed out her gear with other people, so this isn't the way you build her, but you get her accuracy up, her crit up, and then she applies a 100% decreased attacks buff. Now, not only is that good for arena, when you pair it with Tyrell, so what I would do is I would have my speed buffer go first, someone goes second, usually a decrease, I don't know, some kind of increased crit or something like that, and then I would have Adriel go third, apply this to all the champions with really high accuracy, and then have Tyrell go fourth with this ability right here. And a majority of the time, based on the resistance of the other champions, 3 out of 4, if at least 2 out of 5, almost every time, if not more, were put to sleep. Now, sleep can be interrupted, and it can be, if they're hit again, if damage is done to them, if poison ticks, all these things that can wake it up. But because I built that team that certain way, I won so many arena games, basically, until I was unable to go first. And I'm not even joking. So, in this instance, sleep was one of the most powerful debuffs, but I had to really build my team around that debuff. So there's all these synergies and compositions that you can put together for champions I think are just unexplored because the game is so fresh, not fresh, so young still, and there's not much content, not many people going through and just reading abilities to the word and to the T of how they work. But this is one of those examples. So really good champion. I like it. I think I got a couple more blue shards open on the other one. I don't know. I just minimized it. Let's see if I get anything lucky. So this gets into the realm of not all champions are equal on the pull rate, because I have pulled this guy. Let's say I have 100 blue shards. I have pulled him 10 times. I'm not even joking. I have a maxed out skill one purposely from just building him up with pull these guys. Oh man! I mean, I needed 5, 5, and 4. I've gotten 14 of them. I have not used the skill book. Now some of those, yeah. So I mean, I've opened way more than 100 shards, but you know what I'm saying. The rate is insane. This one too. It's a pretty good early game champion. Again, I just like to see the green. This means nothing. It really does. Don't reference this at all. Not a bad champion, but uneventful pulls. Well, it happens. Let's see how the loot was. Let's decide to save this just for the video. 15k silvers or worse. I'd rather get the 10k gems. I think I already collected my chest by accident yesterday. I was going to show you. Oh, yeah, I already got my brutal chest. Don't care about 4 stars right now. Yuck. Looks like I do a nightmare attack shit. No, I don't want. Wait, no. Brutal's almost dead. I got to do my brutal hit for it. It's dead. Bad thing about when you have people doing a lot of damage. Red. Ugh. Red is not fun to go against. Yeah. I'll do a manual attack for you guys. Just do a little gameplay. This will be a little bit longer video, so I apologize. If you stuck around this long, thanks for watching. Future plans incorporate more quick guides, some more arena runs, all the jimbo jambo. No need to block right off the bat. Speed. I like to auto, just get the ability off every 3 turns, and then I'll manually again. 1. So my goal currently is to have enough champions to where 3 out of the 4 champions can be interchangeable based on the whatever the boss turns to. So he turns into a force champion. So I wanted to make sure I had some spirit champions that did some damage. Obviously, one of these is a defense / healer, but here's a couple things I like to auto. Manual, because I just like to see the damage in it. Get the procs. Ooh, look at those D-Bus procs. I love Septimus and Aethar are a wonderful combination together, and now he is just debuffed. If this keeps on proccing for the rest of the game, look at that. Oh man, it's beautiful. Or you need to use your poison, might as well save it. So this is where I gotta start manual, because otherwise I'll be wasting poison debuffs, and in case those fall off, I want to have them. Doesn't even matter, honestly, Jesus. Come on, where are those procs at? The only problem with the last tier, and I get why they do it. I really do. I get why they have the last mastery be RNG based, but your range of damage can vary so significant on long battles. So if you're going through this scenario where you do a 10-minute fight, if you just get unlucky, your damage can drop 5-6 million damage. And sometimes when you're farming those keys, if you're at the place where you're not one key every single time, it's a little bit annoying. But I get why they do it. I understand it. It's not a big deal, but it's my rant. So why is Septimus and Aethar such a broken combination together? This build right here. So, sorry, this is passive. So each attack has a 30% chance of increasing duration of all debuffs target by 1 turn. Damage inflicted increased by 30%. HP over 50%. So I'm losing damage because this one's hurt. But this is a broken ability for debuffs. It really is. It's on single target bosses. So dungeons and clan boss. It is affected by accuracy, so you have to make sure you have high accuracy. I have really high accuracy on my Septimus. The rule of thumb is usually 50 per level clan boss, so easy's 50, normal's 100, brutal. I'm sorry. Normal's 50. I'll go and use this because it should reset the one. Oh, it doesn't reset the ones. I don't know. I thought that. Whatever. So normal's 50 accuracy. Hard is 100. Brutal's 150, Nightmare's 200. That's just a good rule of thumb. You'll see you can get away with doing a little bit less. Oh, he still has buff. I like that. But yeah, and it's really important because it sucks that a lot of abilities only have like a 30% to a 50% chance of placing in the first place, and then the clan boss resistance. So if you don't know, there's 2 things that happens whenever a debuff has to be applied. First, it's the percent of the chance, the debuff will be applied based on the ability. So I'm just going to let this auto explain this. So what happens is, let's just actually take an ability for example. Sorry, it's a little bit early. I haven't really fully woken up, so I apologize. So his passive has a 30% chance of increase the duration. So what happens is every time that he attacks I call it a dice because I play D&D, but a dice rolls in the background, and if it lands, so if it's a 1 to 3 out of 10, it will apply the debuff. But then another dice rolls, and that takes into consideration your accuracy versus whatever you're attacking's resistance. And based on those numbers, you have a percentage. So if the resistance 100 and your accuracy is 50, there is and these numbers, we don't know the numbers, but there is a 50% greater chance that it's going to be resistant than being applied. So it's like a 33 to 66% chance is what I assume it is. Now, is that true? I don't know, but I think that's by just all the amount of data I've looked at and everything and all the test runs I've done. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. It's the reason why, if you have a little bit less than what is the baseline accuracy, sometimes it doesn't matter, but sometimes it does. But just for your information. So. My main 5 team, though, I don't have a main 5. Like I said, I said this in another video. The one problem with clan keys being so expensive, one problem with clan boss in general is it's hard to collect data because you only get 4 attacks per day, and when there's different, types, when it drops below 50%, and there's the chance factor of the damage done. So it's almost better to collect data on your clan boss damage before you get the last tier, which is like Giant Slayer. But then there's other masteries that are RNG based as well. So it would take hundreds of runs before you got a good average and a good baseline to actually say what is the best run, what is the best way to do something. And so since I'm trying to build up a good 10 to 12 champions I can use for clan boss, it has taken so long to figure out the best composition. I know other people have done it, but I like to do theory crafting. I like to do the Excel sheets. I like to just kind of put stuff together and figure it out. But that's one problem with it. All right, as this comes to an end, get some more poison debuffs on him. All right, how'd that go? 16.31, not bad. Gear is not optimal on 2 of these champions. As you can see, Aethar 9.1 million damage because of Septimus. So I kind of like to split those evenly between it because he is the reason why that damage is so high. And looking at the amount of turns it took, it looks like the procs on both Apothecary and Fushan were awful. This is normally above 3.5 to 4 million easily. He's usually way higher than this as well, so the procs just didn't hit very often on the Giant Slayer. Steel Skull, I don't have his gear optimized, so I don't... But, hey, 16.31, I'll take it. But then I got to use another key for Brutal. So usually what I'll do here, just because our clan does kill Brutal pretty evenly, is need about 6 mils when my keys back up. If it's not dead, I will use a weaker comp to only do about 7 mil damage. Hopefully your clan does around the same thing. And then, let's see here. What the heck, why wasn't that full screen? I'll go ahead and do it on this one now. This is my free-to-play. I know. I got the raid pass, but that's really it. But my legendary luck on this count is pretty crazy. I am still building up my arena team for this one as well. This is a alt guild, so... Ooh, that's really good. The attack is kind of annoying, but that's a really good pair of gloves. Get my normal hit in real fast. Show you how I'm using this team. The gear is not optimized at all. It's not even close. Some of the masteries aren't done, so... So it's kind of funny. So on my main account, I don't really have the best composition set up for debuffs. So as you saw in the last attack, I had poisons, and I had a crap ton of poisons. I had defensive down, and that was it. Just by the way, my champion luck is rolled. I don't have an HP burn champion on my main. I just pulled Tyrell on my main not too long ago, like 3 days ago, which is great because he was like the first champion I pulled in this ult, and I love him, and he obviously is probably considered the top epic, if not top 3 across the board. So it's great because it gives me a defensive down plus a attack down, so that actually might replace my Fushan. Sounds weird to say that because it's my first legendary and I love him as well, but the Aurora speed buff is great, but that attack down is so significant on high level clan boss that the reason I don't have it makes it to where once he starts getting those power ups, I probably lose a good 3 to 4 turns, if not more, because I don't have the attack down, the debuff on him. I also don't have an HP burn, but it's funny on this one because I have so many HP burn champions. I have so many attack downs, crit increase, increased attack. The debuffs and buffs for this team, my ult is so much better. So eventually, when I get them leveled and the gear optimized and the mastery done, which takes forever when you're like trying to do it with just the base energy, by the way. Oh, but eventually, this will probably outscale my main very easily. So as you can see, like I said, you'll start seeing a different variety of debuffs on this. So this is a normal attack, so all this is going. I'll show you guys one more thing. So I've been recently doing more research and figuring this out, and I have come to the conclusion that the sparring pit is extremely, extremely underrated, and I mean that 100%. So for someone like me who plays this game a good bit, I'm not saying that you need to watch these times or put whatever in, but energy is the restraint that we have on this game. It really is. It's the one thing that you need no matter what you're doing, what your goals are, and this is basically energy saving. So yeah, it's a good bit of gems to open them all up, but at the same time, just having champions no matter what the level going through here, and usually I will put all higher levels just because I want to rank them up, and I have the goal using champions for using almost all champions months down the road, so I can just do a lot of math, a lot of comparison, make guides for everyone, so it doesn't hurt. But if you were to look, I have put, I am leveling up every champion. My goal is to get every champion, no matter what they are, leveled up and eventually using them. It's going to take a long time, and a lot of them are going to stay at level 50 because it's so easy. It's so much easier to level 50 than level 50. What the hell? I'm talking about? 5-star versus 6-star. So months from the road now, you'll be seeing me making guides on these champions. I'll be doing some off the wall ones. But the sparring pit is so good for that, and I really do mean that. I mean, yeah, I know. So when you do a brutal run, for example, with 3 champions, you get about 10,000 XP. So for 8 energy, it would take quite a long time to get 10,000 XP in this. But when you're passively doing it on a champion that you never have to train up, I, I can finish a level 40 champion. Let's say level 40, so it'll take a while. I can finish a 2-star, 3-star champion in a couple days just passively, and that just over time adds up. It's just like the gym mine. It's a huge investment, but after a certain amount of time, you make back your investment, and then anything after that investment is pure profit in gyms, so you have to do it. I think the sparring pit is a major, major component in that. I think everyone should at least get 3, if not 5. I know it's a lot of gyms. Depending on how the numbers go later, I'll look into what the numbers look like if you max it out. But we'll see when that comes. That's my main, which I do spend a little bit on. Someone asked me earlier, so I limit myself to mobile game spending because I enjoy it, but I always say I never want to spend more than I would if I bought a new game every month. So my limit is $60, and I do mean that. I promise I do not go over that. When I was younger, I had a problem. One day I'll pull up my Lord's mobile account for people who play that game, and you'll see my problem. But so $60, and all of it besides the raid pass goes towards my main. Um, yeah, I said just have a limit. I have a little bit of spare income, uh, probably because I'm frugal as hell. I don't like materialistic things. I don't buy a lot of stuff. No, okay. So you look around. If you look around the room, it's probably gonna fuck up the video, but you see like posters and figures, and that's my wife's, and she works full-time job, and that's what she likes to do with her little bit of spare income. So I'm never gonna tell her no. She can do whatever the hell she wants. Seriously. And so, but I'm not a materialistic person. I don't care to buy stuff, honestly. Just I like to have stuff that's practical. My wife says she hates shopping for me because she never knows what the hell to get me. I'm always like, just make sure I can use it. If I can use it, I'll be happy. With her, it's like I have so many more options, and it's honestly easy. Got a closet with 20 presents already ready in it. That way I don't have to ever go shopping again. Don't tell her that. Don't tell her that. But, huh, my champion pool for my alt is so much better for my main, and I have opened so many less shards. I mean, I didn't have it on camera. I should never open shards off camera because it's account luck, but so I have that Reddit post where I pull 3 legendaries and 10 blue shards, and then just a couple weeks ago, I had 3 blue shards, 1 purple, and one sacred shard for the monthly thing, right? And I pulled Cupidus and Big Un. Cupidus was out of blue shard, and then Big Un was out of a sacred shard, and this is my second Big Un. I have 2 of them now. I keep pulling champions, and I'm not kidding you. It if people say it's account luck, I don't know if there's just a secret algorithm in the background when you create the account that just increases it. But holy crap, I'm just I should never do it off stream just to show it. I just opened 10, and then I do on stream, and then of course it doesn't no luck. But at this point, and this is funny to say, it's like I don't want to pull any more champions on this one. I want to pull it on my main because I don't have enough resources to invest in these champions over time. And I don't want to split it up because then it's like all that could be going towards one thing. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, guys. I know it's a little bit longer video, but it's kind of wanted to just show my account, talk about some stuff, go over clan bosses, whatever the hell else I talked about this game. So I'll put some timestamps in the description below, and those timestamps will just that way if you just want to watch a section, that would be good. So 11.3 on the normal, not bad, not bad. Breakdown, Tyrell, Juliana, of course. So I got to figure this out because HP burning usually only want 1 champion. So I think what will happen is based on what the affiliation of the champion is will be on who I pick. But just want to use them. Okay. Well, like I said, guys, I'll put some timestamps in this to make it easier to find what's in this video. Thanks for watching. As always, leave a like, a comment below. I appreciate all the support. And until next time.